Hi, I'm Deb Romer. I'm a policy analyst with the Disability Programs Bureau. I'm going to be going over the Wisconsin Retirement System disability programs. Employee Trust Funds administers 4 disability programs. The Income Continuation Insurance Program, or ICI, which is governed by Statute 40.61, 40.62, and the Admin Code 50.10. Disability retirement benefits are governed by Statute 40.63 and Admin Code 50, Subchapter 2. Long-term disability insurance, also referred to as LTDI, is governed by Employee Trust Funds Admin Code 50, Subchapter 3. And lastly, duty disability benefits, which are governed by Statute 40.65 and is often referred to as that, and ETF Admin Code 52. Just want you to be aware that this presentation is intended as an overview only, and for more detailed information on each of these programs, you can visit the video library on ETF's website. First, Income Continuation Insurance, or ICI. Income continuation insurance is an income replacement for disabilities that are considered mostly short-term in nature, but it also can be for those lasting for longer periods of time. Employee trust funds and the Wisconsin Group Insurance Board have the authority for the administration of this program and its oversight. Currently, this benefit is administered by a third-party administrator. ICI is financed by employer and employee premiums. These premiums are based on the employee's prior year Wisconsin Retirement System reported earnings. In other words, someone who has a certain dollar amount for their previous year earnings, it's rounded up to the next 1,000, and that's what the basis of their premiums is. Income continuation insurance is a voluntary enrollment. It is available to all state employees, and it is available to many local employees if their employer has opted to participate in our program. There are different open enrollments for ICI. You can enroll when you are hired. You also have the ability to enroll when you attain certain premium plateaus. And what this means, it's based on accumulated sick leave. As you accumulate sick leave, you have a lower premium level. And each time that you attain a new lower premium based on that accumulated sick leave, you do have the option to pick up ICI coverage if you weren't previously covered. And lastly, you can enroll through evidence of insurability. ICI is a monthly benefit that is 75% of your basic salary, or that salary that we talked about earlier, up to a maximum of $4,000. There is, however, supplemental coverage for people who have higher salaries. This is an optional coverage that people can select to get to pay benefits over that $4,000 amount. ICI is a benefit that does not duplicate other benefits, such as Social Security, workers' compensation, unemployment compensation, other WRS benefits, such as taking a separation or a retirement annuity, and also earnings. And we do want to let you know that they do not duplicate it, and this can create overpayments in some cases, and individuals are required to repay any duplicated benefits to the ICI program. For example, someone may get beyond ICI and receive a retroactive Social Security award that goes back a year. They would be required to repay the ICI program the amount of that Social Security award. Next, I would like to talk about the Disability Retirement Program, again under Statute 40.63, and the long-term disability insurance. Disability retirement is available to all WRS employees that have been continuously employed on or before October 16th of 1992. This benefit is available to individuals until their normal retirement age. And normal retirement age can vary by their employment category. They must be totally disabled by a physical or mental impairment expected to be of a long, continued, and indefinite duration. And this is determined by a medical certification that is required by a physician. LTDI, or long-term disability insurance, is available to all WRS employees that are employed on or after October 16th, 1992. And it can be available to those who are eligible for 4063, but they would have to, if they elected LTDI, they would have to give up their rights to 4063. For the most part, LTDI is payable to age 65. There are some exceptions to this based on the age that a person applies for LTDI. For example, someone who is applying and is approved for LTDI at age 66 could receive benefits until the end of the month that they turn 68. So it can be payable beyond that age 65 in certain cases. Same as 4063, LTDI, the person must be totally disabled by a mental or physical impairment, again expected to be of a long continued indefinite duration, and this too requires medical certification by physicians. This program currently is being administered by a third-party administrator. Both these programs, 4063 and LTDI, have many similarities. They both have eligibility requirements, certifications, annual review processes, and so forth. But we'd just like to point out a few of the basic differences between the two. 4063 is a retirement benefit. If someone applies for 4063, that is taking their retirement. LTDI, on the other hand, is an insurance benefit. The service requirements are a little different. 4063 requires a half a year of service in 5 out of the last 7 years, where LTDI only requires a third of a year of service in the last 5 out of 7 years. The calculations are a little different. 4063 is a retirement benefit, therefore it uses a retirement formula calculation that includes assumed service. And what that means is they get additional service as if they had worked up to their normal retirement age, and that is built into that calculation. For LTDI, they get 40% of their final average monthly earnings. This could be 50% in the cases where the person is not eligible for Social Security. 4063 has no offsets or reductions to it. It stands alone. LTDI does have offsets that apply, but unlike ICI, as we talked about earlier, it is any WRS benefit that is an offset to that, such as taking a separation or a retirement benefit. The death benefits for 4063, as it is retirement, are based on a payment option that they select. LTDI does not have a death benefit built into that program. The only death benefit that might be payable is from an existing WRS account that the individual still had. Both of these benefits are taxable benefits for federal and state. 4063 has some exclusions that could apply, so it may not be 100% taxable. However, LTDI is 100% taxable. The last program I want to talk to you about is duty, disability, and survivor benefits, sometimes referred to as 4065 based on the statute that it is under. Duty disability is an income replacement program available to all Wisconsin Retirement System protective participants, such as police officers, firefighters, correctional officers, It could include DNR wardens, anyone who falls into that protective classification. This benefit is funded totally by the employer. It does not come from the individual's retirement account that they have here at ETF. It is funded separately by the employer. To be eligible for duty disability, the individual must be permanently disabled. It must be from a work-related injury or disease that does result in them being no longer able to work in a full protective duty occupation. And this benefit is a lifetime benefit. Duty disability is offset by any other income sources that the individual does receive, such as Social Security, Wisconsin Retirement System, both taking a separation or waiting for a retirement benefit from their account, unemployment compensation, workers' compensation, and any other employment earnings they might have if they had returned to work. These all reduce the duty disability benefit. Duty disability is based on a percent of their monthly salary at the time that they qualify for this benefit. Almost always it's about 75 or 80% is the max that benefit would be of that monthly salary. Duty disability does require an employer certification. The employer must certify, as well as a medical certification that's required from physicians. However, once an individual is approved for duty disability, they no longer have to do a medical recertification. Duty disability is a non-taxable benefit, and as far as death benefits, these do vary based on the law in effect on the date that they qualify for the duty disability benefit. So that's a brief summary of the 4 disability programs administered by employee trust funds. As I stated earlier, this is only a brief overview, and there are more detailed information on these programs in the video library on ETF's website. I thank you for your time.